and welcome back to the show. Today, our guest is Keith Lamere. He is the owner of ACA Funding. For the past 10 years, he has been helping small business owners get the financing they need. And today we'll be discussing the ins and outs of alternative lending. Keith, thanks for joining us on the program today.
Thank you very much, Chris.
So with today's economy, what's the state of lending like?
Well, it's no secret that a lot of the businesses are having difficulty finding fair financing. And that's just due to the Fed's cracking down, the banks not being as liberal in their underwriting guidelines. Credit lines are being shut off. Banks just aren't lending the way they used to. There's more requirements, more red tape, taking longer. And, quite frankly, it's getting very difficult. Nowadays, bankers are even reluctant to give good advice to customers anymore. Just everybody's so sue happy nowadays. So it's something that is a concern.
So what does a merchant do? Can they actually do anything?
Well, unfortunately, what we see a lot of times is that a merchant will get into a merchant cash advance, and that's basically future credit card receivables. They'll move those over. They found an advertising from a merchant cash advance company somewhere along the line, and they feel that that's their only option. Once their bank turns them down, they really can't go to another bank, or if they do, they get the same answer. They wait another 7 or 8 weeks. So unfortunately, that's what normally happens. The bad thing about merchant cash advances is they fall into this trap. They get to pay the 35 to 45 basis points on the loan. For example, Chris, if they take out a $50,000 loan, they're paying back $72,000. It's a slippery slope.
Ouch. Well, that's a lot. So what can you do to help?
Well, the good news is that for the past 10 years or so, I've been on a personal quest to find fair financing, an alternative to the merchant cash advance. Yes, they have their places, but we still need to believe in the small business person in America. That's what we've been doing. So for the past 10 years, I've been on different publications, on radio shows, have run across national people, and have come across a lot of private lenders that are out there that are looking to put money on the street. What we can do for these merchants is, first of all, we can refinance their current merchant cash advance. We can get them more money. We've got about 147 lenders in our network now. And with the network power that we have, we can get preferred pricing that you just can't find on the street. What's nice is when you go to your bank and the bank says no, you can't go to Google and just all of a sudden pop up funding. It's difficult to find. Luckily, there's pseudo brokers like me, if you will, that still wear the white hat, the good guys that can help the small business person find the financing they need to help them get back on track.
And Keith, who do you lend to, and who is your typical client?
Well, our typical client is our brick and mortar Main Street type of businesses. You're looking at auto places, restaurants, doctor's offices, plumbing, heating, air conditioning, anything really. With the network we have, if the business makes sense, Chris, we'll get the job done. Really, unless there's something extremely difficult that we don't see. We're more concerned about cash flow than somebody's credit. So we can go out and we can take a look at the business model. If it makes sense, we'll get it done.
Well, it sounds like you're offering some hope for a lot of business owners out there. Keith, thanks very much for joining us today on the program.
I certainly appreciate it, Chris, and I'm going to give a special offer to all your listeners that are out there today to be viewing this. I've got a free report I'll be more than happy to send out to avoid the pitfalls, 12 steps to avoid the pitfalls of obtaining financing in this economy that we're in right now, and the dirty little secrets, the tips and tricks to get lending from a bank. And we'll also do a free 1/2 hour consultation. For anybody that's interested, just contact us and we'll be more than happy to help you.
So do you have a number that they can reach you at?
Yes. Phone number is 608-312-3685. And of course, you can look us up online at businesslendingmadesimple.com.
Keith, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with Keith Lamere. He is the owner of ACA Funding. Once again, the business website is businesslendingmadesimple.com. And we appreciate your time, everyone, for watching the program today. Take care. See you again soon.